Welcome back to the Warrior Sports Network. I'm now joined for the first time this season by head coach Tyrone Wheatley. Coach, let's start. I mean, there's a lot to talk about. Let's go back just to the end of last season through the offseason very briefly. Made some changes, a lot of new guys on the roster. Just in a nutshell, in a 60-second nutshell, how did the offseason go? Where were you happy you guys made strides at?
Well, young. I know in this world of the portal, everybody wants to get older, right? My philosophy, and I kind of did it at the last place I was at, was I want to get a base. I want to get a good base, build a culture of young guys, get those guys in here and let them grow. And we brought in a really good group of young men this offseason. Also, some coaches made some transition with some coaches, kind of the same thing. But we got younger. Everybody's trying to get older, and I understand that, and I get that. But one thing is, me personally, you want to do this thing the proper and the right way, where you're not up and down every other year, where you got a good flow, you bring in some good, solid young guys for a good, solid foundation, and then you supplement with older guys as you move on and as you see fit.
Well, let's start with some of the guys coming back. I mean, there are a good crop of kids returning from last year. Who are some that off the rip you're really excited about having back for another year in the green and gold?
Well, of course, let's start in the running back room. Xavier Tyus, I'm really excited to see him going. I mean, he finished the year really, really well, strong. I mean, he just did some incredible deals where there was times we thought he had him bottled up, and he squirted out of there, and he did a great job. Another guy in the running back room is, Brady McKenna is one of those guys where he's just steady. There's nothing flashy. There's nothing like real grandiose about him, but you just turn around and he's steady. He's one of those guys just traditionally you can trust him. He's like ever-ready battery, right? You plug him in and he just goes. That's one guy I'm ready to see. And at the receiver core, right? We have the two young receivers. I'm ready to see Isaac, see him get going, and then Payne. Those two guys I'm ready to see going. Then, of course, the offensive line, ready to see. I would say this in terms of growth and maturation and just really, really growing, it's Gates, Ethan Gates, man. I really can't wait to see him play.
So made a couple of changes with the coordinators. Let's start offensively. J.C. McDonald comes in. He's the one that came from outside of the program. Why Coach McDonald? What did you see in him that said, yes, we can take this offense to a new level?
Well, one of the things was just understanding conference-type play, even though he didn't come from this conference, but, he coached in – I think it was the Western League out in PA, where it's power football, understanding the defenses, understanding, the flow of the game and how it's ran. I will say this, a lot of people, and it was nothing against the old coordinator. He did a fine job, a great job, but people have to understand this conference is one incredible conference, and it is well coached. I mean, it is super coached. And then they've birthed their own defense, the Bearcat, right? So, but with that being said, you have to bring guys in that not only can develop but understand what this conference was about and go attack it.
So defensively, you kept it in-house. Antoine Robinson, now the defensive coordinator. What gave you the confidence in him to say, you know what, we have the guy we need right here in the building. Let's give him a little more responsibility.
Well, once again, same thing. Antoine played here. He played, so not only did he play here, right, he's coached here for a long time. And going back to it, nothing against the coordinators. It's one of those deals where you can call whatever defense you want, but if it doesn't fit and suit what you're playing against and what you're going against, it doesn't work, right? So Antoine understands the GLIAC. Like I said, he played in it, he's coached in it, he understands it. And so therefore, just going back and just watching and listening to him and how he prepares and some of the things he's done, I don't want to say it, but man, this guy, he's a super coach, man. And I fear some days somebody's going to come and snatch him up, whether it be the NFL or another head coaching job. He deserves it, but he deserves to be the coordinator.
So last thing before we move on to Tiffin, quarterback room had a little bit of a shuffle. You have some guys back. You brought some guys in. Siri listed as the starter for tonight's contest against Tiffin. What about him made him stand out against some guys that had played a lot of snaps for the Warriors the last couple of years?
Well, one of the big things is mistakes, right? I know it's camp and I know it's early, but who takes care of the ball? Who's not going to make those mistakes? Not counting Champ out, not counting Justin out. Those guys are all doing a great job. But right now it's just who's going to take care of the ball. And you never know. Like, this is forever battle. It's a forever, championship caliber team. But you need your quarterback. And right now, I'm not going to say I'm counting the guy out, but I would like to solidify this role by at least the second or third game. But we're going to go in and hopefully we'll see. Well, we'll give these other guys a chance, a shot, and see who we can solidify.
All right, let's move on to Tiffin. The Dragons coming up to Detroit for the season opener. Here with head coach Tyrone Wheatley. And coach, you've got a tough task here with Tiffin. Not a pushover, not the Tiffin of 10 years ago. I mean, we talked about it last year. How much different are they from the Dragons from last year?
Very different, meaning they're better. They are different because they're better. They're better. They bring a whole crew back of production on the defensive line side. I mean, I think that's the strength of their team up front. Linebacker, they have a great job there. The nickel who played nickel last year, I think they're going to move him into as the Mike backer. He flies around. He does a great job of, hitting those gaps and seeing those gaps and filling them very fast. We gave up, I think 6 sacks versus them last year, 3 INTs, and I think we amounted only 38 rushing yards. So a lot of those yards was negated due to some penalties as well. So we have to really just stay out of our own way. Cliche always, right? Play good football, stay out of penalty, and run the ball.
Well, that was going to kind of be my final question. What are the keys to a Warrior win to kick off 2025? But you kind of mentioned it. Anything else in there that you want to let the people at home know before we get the season started?
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? They came out on offense, right? And they're very opportunistic offense. We threw an interception. They came back and they scored right away from it. And the quarterback, he's phenomenal. I think he was the GMAC Player of the Year last year. So once again, you're not playing against anybody that hasn't done this before. These guys are well coached. They're secure in what they're doing, and they play well together. And so basically what we have to do is just play our game. We just have to weather the storm and play it. And I always tell the guys, they make them play us. Let's not give them any gifts.
Well, Coach, I appreciate it as always. Our first of many conversations this year. Thank you. Good luck against Tiffin, and good luck in 2025.
Thank you very much.
He's head coach Tyrone Wheatley. I'm Brady Beedon, and you're listening to Warrior Football right here on the Warrior Sports Network.